Welcome, welcome, welcome to The Healthy Way. And with me again is Dr. Derek Sr. Good morning, Dr. Sr.
Good morning, Nadine. How are you doing?
I am good, thanks. It's always a pleasure talking with you, and we're looking forward to our chat again. Come again?
I said likewise here.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
pleasure to be able to share valuable information that can affect and change the lives of our
And
people and
help,
our listeners.
yes. All right. So, what are we talking on this morning?
No, we talked about so many things last week, and we didn't get to complete. As a matter of fact, none of our programs that we have done to complete them
Yes.
in a fashion whereby we said yes, they understand everything. We will never get to do that. But however, we talked about headache, and we talked about the vaccine last week.
Right.
This we're going to continue talking about the different types of headache. I mean, some people have got called in the office that they never hear other types of headaches.
Okay, so they want to know the different types. Because a lot of people are going through that now,
Yes,
and they're
yes.
wondering why. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we talked last week. We talked about basically the four types of headache. We talked about was the migraine headache. We talk about the tension headache. We talk about the cluster headache, and we talk about sinusitis, which can lead to headache and facial pain. And we talk about the result of if your blood pressure is too high, which also can lead to headache.
Right.
But now the migraine headache is, as you know, is a it's not so easy to detect. But people almost always self-diagnose themselves as having a migraine headache. But what makes migraine headache different is that it is of varying intensity. The intensity is not, is different. It's not like a regular headache. So, that is accompanied by nausea and oftentimes with sensitivity to light.
Okay.
And heavy noise or loud noise. That's how you can differentiate a migraine headache different from a tension headache, which is a little bit more milder. The pain is moderate. You talk about the feeling of tension with tightness around the head, like a band is around the head.
Okay.
The symptoms is a little bit different. You have the headache, you have the muscle pain, and you have the neck pain.
That's with the tension.
With the tension, yeah.
Oh.
And that's what caused that. Now the cluster headache is a little bit different. That occurs in with clusters. It comes in clusters. So that's why it's called a cluster headache. And the symptoms is the same. You have the headache, and you have oftentimes the puffy eyes.
Okay.
Comes with puffiness in the eye. The sinus headache is a little bit different.
It affects the T zone.
Right, because it affects your facial. It happens with your face. Oftentimes you have like postnasal drip. It happens in the nasal passages. So your sinus is affected, and you have this sinus pressure. And we talked about last week with you have a thing they call the ethmoid sinus. Those are usually blocked, so that's why you have that facial pain and the headache.
All right, so hold on just a minute, Doc. We're talking with Dr. Derek Sr. inside The Healthy Way. Back in a moment.
Attention seniors, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security is now accepting applications for the Social Pension Program. If you are 75 years or older and do not have a pension or steady income, you should apply.
The time by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security is
10:45. We continue inside The Healthy Way. We're talking about headaches, and Dr. Derek Sr. is on. Go right ahead, Doc.
Yeah, so sometimes, when you say I have a headache, you must try to find out what are the triggers.
Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. So sometimes, the triggers can be lack of sleep, caused from stress, caused from some of the food that we eat. The what do you call it? Commonly known as that you find in these foods that um,
Not the
like
gluten.
gluten, and not only that, you have like caffeine and
Oh,
coffee can also cause the headache.
headache. Oh,
Caffeine and coffee. So sometimes when you eat chocolate, it can cause a headache.
right.
And for some people, when they eat chocolate, also they have less of a headache. And for some folks, when they have coffee, it can give them
Increases
less
it.
headache.
Mm.
But sometimes you find that in some blood group, like sometimes some blood group O, for instance, if they're not supposed to have coffee, but if they have coffee, it can also reduce their headache.
Mm.
So, and if you stop taking certain some medicine, like your ibuprofen, if you have too quick of a withdrawal from some meds, it can cause a headache.
Oh,
Some can cause a tension headache, some can cause a migraine headache. And some folks, especially women, if they stop taking certain over-the-counter, we call it the contraceptive, if they
mm-hmm.
withdraw it too fast, it can also cause a headache.
Wow.
So these are the things. So and if you stop taking sometimes you stop taking any medication that are prescribed for you
Right.
suddenly, abruptly,
Right.
it can also lead to a
The
headache.
headache. So what I'm hearing is pay attention.
Pay attention
To what you eat. Pay
to what.
attention to anything, any change, any sudden change in anything at all. Right. Okay.
So, and if you have hangovers, so people that like to drink and stay out and party all night, that's also a reason for having a headache.
Okay.
So this morning, what we want to do, what I'd like to try to do is to give you some easy tips on how to get rid of your headache.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So for some folks, you can do acupuncture. You can use a cold pack.
Sorry. Mm.
You can use a cold pack.
Cold pack on the forehead?
Yes, to get rid of the headache.
Okay.
And you can use a heating pack or a hot compress. That's also get rid of some of your headache.
So either cold or hot. Does it matter on the type? Does it matter what type of headache or just either?
No.
Okay. So either a cold pack or a warm pack can help.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And for those that are having a migraine headache, you can dim the light or try to avoid noise.
Okay.
Sometimes they say if you have, for those with the sinusitis, the sinus headache, and the cluster headache, sometimes try not to chew.
Try not to chew?
To chew. When you chew food, try not to eat at that time.
Okay. All right.
And you gotta keep hydrated. Taking off
water.
Regular water, coconut water. Sometimes even things as simple as Gatorade can help you.
Okay.
For some people, you can, like I told you about blood type O's, you can get some caffeine.
Okay.
And last but not least, you can practice your relaxation.
Okay.
Some kind of meditative stuff to help you to relieve you.
And if you some persons are afraid of yoga. So okay, just put on some nice music and just sit down and breathe. But there is a way that you can do that and it doesn't harm you. You don't have to be afraid of it. Yeah.
So if you find out that your headache is caused by stress, try your stress. If it is lack of sleep, some people have, especially those that do shift work or night work. You find out with them a lot. You try to get sleep. I don't know how to tell you to do it, but you have to try. For those that are fatigued, and if it's a hunger headache, you do that. And for those that with caffeine withdrawal, you have to don't just do it suddenly, but do it over time, gradually. So you can not have the headache. Some also comes with weather changes, and the time is too cold or it's too hot.
Right.
So when you come to the office and I ask you questions that sometimes don't make sense to a lot of people.
Right.
I'll ask, when do you feel it? Is it worse at night? Is it worse in the morning?
Well, somebody just said, they just sent a message that for the past 3 nights, I wake up with headache around the entire head going down to my neck. What type of headache is that? That sounds like tension.
Tension headache.
Yeah.
That sounds like a tension headache.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to do that. Some foods also cause that
Okay.
headache. Foods such as and in the case of migraine, you have such as with those aged cheese, some
cheese.
avocado, aged cheese,
aged cheese. Okay.
Cheese, yeah. You have avocados, you have bananas, chocolate, pork, sour cream. Pork, yeah.
Pork can cause headache?
Yes. Sour cream, nuts, peanut butter, or yogurt.
Wow.
Those
yogurt can cause headache?
Yeah, because remember now, yogurt is milk is like it's almost like spoiled milk.
Oh.
So for some people,
not everybody. So don't
not for everybody.
Right.
And then when you come and we sort you out, we figure out what it is. We can change that dynamic so that your headache can go away.
Right. Okay. Oh boy.
So and those things cause headache.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to watch that. As funny as it is, even Tylenol can cause headache. If they abruptly stop using Advil and Tylenol, sometimes that can cause a headache as well.
Okay, if you take it too much, somebody
because that's why some people tell you I'm taking this Tylenol. I take the pain med, but it still hasn't eased my pain.
Your body probably get used to it.
Get too used to it, and now sometimes you stop. For example, if you for some folks around their cycle, some girls they just continue to take those things because they're used to it, and after a while, it's not going to help because you take it just for a short time, and then you stop, and when you want to use it again, it's not going to be of any effect.
Okay. I have 2 questions here. Another person says they're having headaches 3 days now. Wow.
That's like a migraine headache.
Well, they said that it's on one side of the face and sometimes it shifts to the other side of the face.
That sounds like a migraine headache. So so what that person can do, for example, the word I was trying to come up with the last time was the MSG, monosodium glutamate. That's common in our foods now because they use it to make the food taste better.
Right.
They also to preserve the food. So, as soon as I touch it, I know that as soon as I touch that type of thing, I know.
Because you have the headache.
Yeah, because I have a headache.
Okay.
And that is one of the stuff that will kick off your migraine headache.
Right. Okay. Let's hear what this person is saying.
Good morning, Auntie Nadine. Good morning, Dr. Senior. Dr. Senior, why not come to Jamaica and help us? So much of us are suffering. You're so far away. I want to see you. You're my doctor. Once I didn't get to come to the second time. I need you now.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that would be arranged.
Yes. You remember he has an office in New York, so he has to be there sometimes. And 2 more questions, or 3. Let me see now. What if you wake up with headache? Well, I think we talked about that. So, to other persons, what can be taken for back pain?
Back pain. For one, there's a simple procedure that we do in our office. I can give you homeopathic medicine
for back pain.
Yes, for back pain, severe pain, we can do that. So that's why I said to you when you come to the office and I ask you questions. When is your back pain worse? How long did it start? Did you have any trauma? Did you slip and fall? Did you meet an accident?
Right.
Stuff like that. We ask you. The reason why we ask that because there are some remedies, and you know what I talk about remedies.
Right.
Pills. They have exactly everything that this person tells me is in that medicine. And so when I give them it tells your body what to do and how to respond.
Right.
So after I do that, usually I have them. I give them a simple exercise to do for like 3 weeks. I have them lay on their floor in their house and they put their foot up on the wall in a 90-degree posture for 20 minutes every other day for 3 weeks.
Right.
While I give them stuff that are anti-inflammatory that will help to get rid of the inflammation and the pain. Because anytime you have any pain, swelling, redness, or heat, it is inflammation. So we will get rid of that process.
Okay.
And you are free to go.
All right. Somebody says rosemary is excellent for migraine headache. I think rosemary is good for headache, period. This person says, I have tightened chest and headache for 2 years now. I struggle with it every day. Let me just send you the contact. Please call Dr. Otsini office. That's serious. Ask Dr. Senior if it's normal when having menstrual cycle to have headache. Terrible one. Yes, it can happen.
Yes, but also what a lot of females don't know, like I said, oftentimes when near or just around your cycle, most females, they are mineral deficient. So that's sometimes they would crave certain sweet things.
Right.
They would crave like chocolate. They'll say, "Well, I have a sweet tooth," and they think that because I know I often laugh because I think it's funny because what's going on. What is happening is that they become mineral deficient at that time. So at the time of their cycle, they have excruciating pain, for one. And number two, they often do not drink adequate amount of water. So you have to double your water intake at least 2 weeks before your menstrual cycle. So with that, when you do that and you have the right mineral, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, boron, you need a good multi-mineral that will help you to get rid of the pain. So if you do that 2 weeks before your cycle, have a multi-mineral, and you drink adequate amount of water, you should have no problem.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take two more. Who's here?
Good morning, Auntie Nadine. Good morning, Dr. Senior. I am one of your patients. I come to you once 3 years ago and with my friend, and I didn't get to come back the second time because of the COVID, and my friend died. And I really want to come back to you now. I really want to see you.
All right.
Please
So just make
tell
an
me if you're
appointment.
taking patients in the office now.
Yes.
Because of the COVID, I am away
Yeah,
from
man.
the
He
country.
has so call the office. I've sent her the number. You can call the office. Really sorry about your friend. Yes, condolences. Another person says they have a burning in their head all the time. We're gonna have to wrap because And somebody asking what to eat for low blood pressure. I think we can wrap with that because.
I'm not going to I'm not going to say to eat something salty. Sometimes blood pressure is actually good. It depends. Low blood. Put it this way: too low blood pressure is not good. Just as too high a blood pressure is not good.
Okay.
You just want it right.
Right.
So we have to assess and find out what is it that you are doing.
Right.
That is causing you to have low blood pressure.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Doc, for sharing this morning.
Yes, and we are at 5 Plaza Road in Houston, right behind the Spanish Court Hotel. Our number is 754-2950 or 517-9449 at the Village.
In Montego
and you
Bay.
can call at 310-4969. This is Doctors to Health, where we have real people with real problems getting real solution. Another thing I'd like to mention, about as we eat, I always try to encourage people to eat stuff that are locally grown. So, if you don't pay the farmer, you will pay the pharmacist.
I love that. If you don't pay the farmer, You will pay the pharmacist. I love that.
You will pay somebody.
Yes.
But I think it's better to if you eat from what you grow.
Yes.
You see, I'm a firm believer in that.
Yes.
Food that God made for us. There's nobody can make anything better.
Yes.
So the farmer is there to tend the soil
Right.
and to produce what God has given us. So I think it's a good idea, if we pay our farmers, you encourage them.
I love that.
It's a
Is
very
you make that up, Doc?
something like that. I think because my father, if God bless him, he always tell me this. He says, farming is the thing that's gonna get any nation out of a doldrum. Now, my father wasn't a man that is didn't have any formal education, but he always talked about farming is the best profession. If he was going to do anything else, to do farming, and I kept that as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at all what is going on now and seeing what I know for sure, because I love food and I love to eat food from the farm.
Right.
I love to go by the sea and buy my fish from the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So don't sell me something in a supermarket and tell me that this is fish fillet and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what is it as fillet. You can fillet anything and give it to me, and I don't know, because sometimes you eat all these things and you don't even know.
You don't know what is in there. Yeah.
I go to the seaside. I buy fish with fin and eye and scale.
Mm-hmm.
I know the sea. So when I'm eating my food, I go down to the country. I buy my yam from the man. And I support the farmers. Even if I buy meat, I buy my goat from the farmer. I want to see it. I want to, that's just me. So my thing is, if you don't pay the farmer, you're going to pay the pharmacist, because most of the food that we are eating, they are genetically modified.
Mm-hmm.
And genetically modified, at some point later, you will get sick.
Yes.
So you will have to pay somebody. So I'd rather pay the farmer in order not to pay.
Right, the unprocessed food. Get the real deal.
Yep.
The persons are asking for your New York office number. Is that available now?
Yes, you can get 203 685 4249.
Okay.
And 347 843 0789.
All right. There. All
Yeah.
right. So if you need the office numbers, you can text it to me on the WhatsApp and I'll send you all of them. Mandeville, Mobile, Kingston, New York.
Yes. Don't forget my partner in crime, Dr. Johnson.
What's his first name, Dr. What Johnson again?
Llewellyn.
Okay.
Llewellyn Johnson, and he's at 589-0608 out in Mandeville, near to the hospital. So
589-06
0608.
08. All right. Good. You want to see me updating me things, them.
Yeah, people are thankful for you. By the way, somebody wanted to come on the call on the show today, but they are all the way in Japan, and now in Japan it's about 11 o'clock. Probably they are in bed.
Okay.
They said that they want to thank you for having the program stream.
Okay. Yes, we're streaming it today.
But that's what they did. They listen, they tape it and they listen to it. So the extent to what people would go through just to hear love 101, boy, it must be something.
Yes.
And I'm really thankful and grateful to have the opportunity to share, not just in Jamaica, not just in New York, but around the world.
Amen.
I'm grateful for that opportunity.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Doc, and may the Lord bless you, continue to bless you. If you miss the numbers, just send me a WhatsApp. I will send you the numbers, or I have them on the Facebook and YouTube as well, so you can write them from there. Every blessing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. God bless. Talking with Dr. Derek Sr. inside the Healthy Way Thursday edition. You're tuned to Love 101, the family station. And, we make way for our parents all the time. And here's a reminder, an encouragement for our parents in this feature. A moment for parents brought to you by Parenting Jamaica in association with the I Believe initiative and Love 101 FM, the family station.
Parenting is the most difficult job in the world. Thankfully, Parenting Jamaica has some tips to help you do a better job. Here's one. Be involved in your child's life. This may mean putting your child's wishes at the top of your list of things to do. Children need to know that their parents will never let them down. Being involved in your child's life doesn't mean that you're going to do the homework for him or her. Instead, be there to guide them through the exercise. Neither does it mean making decisions for them. Instead, train up your child in the way he should grow, and when he's old,